as well as a join the team link that you can click on if you want to start yourself a longevity business and get your products at the wholesale price. Help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. You can enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business. All for a one-time $10 fee. Click on the Join the Team link on BrightSideBen.com. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470 and tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team and start yourself a longevity business for a one-time $10 fee. 866-735-2470 is their number. Our number today is 855-660-4261. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you're dealing with some kind of connective tissue health problem, we can help you. If you got fibrosis, fibroids, we can help you. We can help you if you got questions about skincare, ingredients, whatever. 855-660-4261. Of course, if you want to share a success story, we love hearing those as well. All right, so if you're dealing with fibroids or fibrosis, and many, many millions of Americans are, you're dealing with a overburdened sympathetic nervous system, stress nervous system, in much the same way as pretty much all degenerative disease is the manifestation of an overburdened stress system. Keep it simple, stupid, KISS, cut to the chase. If you want to cut to the chase of degenerative disease, or cut right to the core of the degenerative disease process, what you'll find lurking at the core, lurking behind the scenes, is going to be an overloaded stress system, an overloaded sympathetic nervous system. And like all degenerative disease, fibroids and fibrosis, same thing, overloaded stress system. Excess estrogen, stress hormone estrogen, excess serotonin, the stress hormone serotonin, excess stress hormone cortisol. All of these are associated with fiber formation, fibers appearing where they shouldn't be appearing, or being overlaid inappropriately, are a classic sign of a body in distress. It's the body's response to stress hormones. It's a cry for biochemical help, not a cry for surgery. No reason to have an organ removed. I got a text yesterday from a gal who's going to have or has a friend who's going to have her uterus removed because she has fibroids in there. And you know, I've been hearing this kind of craziness for so long. I don't get as angry as I used to. I still get ticked off, though. How dare you, physicians? How dare you take out a woman's reproductive organs because she's got fibroids, or cysts for that matter, or anything else that's not cancer? How do you even live with yourself? If you're a surgeon or a doctor out there and you're cutting out female organs or any organs out of any body shy of cancer, how do you look at yourself in the mirror? How do you live with yourself? And then we have responsibility as well as patients. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. If you have fibroids, you have cysts, you have any kind of degeneration, it's not a reason to remove an organ. It's a reason to figure out what the heck's going on in your body. Arthritis, again, connective tissue problems, aches and pains, stiffness, these are all indicators of connective tissue problems. So in addition to body work, deep tissue massage, Pilates is great, yoga is great, any kind of stretching can help improve connective tissue health, and that means improve the information processing properties of connective tissue. Any kind of stretching is going to improve connective tissue health. It's going to improve connective tissue flexibility, connective tissue strength. And remember, connective tissue tightness means electrical breakdown. Connective tissue stiffness means electricity and information is not flowing through connective tissue effectively. It means less electrical flow. It means disrupted information. And ultimately, it means all degenerative disease, including, my friends, cancer. Yes, including cancer. Once connective tissue starts to break down, all degenerative disease is possible. 40% of the body is connective tissue. And that includes bone tissue and blood vessels. Blood itself is connective tissue. Bones are connective tissue. The connective tissue is densely packed with lymphatic vessels, which is itself a type of connective tissue. And so if you have connective tissue trauma or connective tissue defects, if you've got nutritional deficiencies, you're not getting enough protein, you're not getting your amino acids, you got digestive problems, or compromising the absorption of those amino acids, that means less lymphatic flow. That means even more nutrient and oxygen deprivation. That means even more accumulation of toxins, which makes connective tissue even less healthy. And this is where we get our downward vicious cycle. So what do? You make sure you're focusing on building connective tissue with nutrition. That means protein, 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 protein. And you can do it if you're a vegan. You can do it if you're a vegetarian, using vegetable proteins. Hemp seed protein especially is effective, but it's much more difficult if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, because animal protein contains the bulk of amino acids, the concentrated amino acids that build connective tissue. Glucogel caps. You guys, if you have any connective tissue problems, and that doesn't mean just for arthritis. Everybody knows glucogel caps are for arthritis, but they're also for connective tissue in the circulatory system, so they can help protect you from an aneurysm or from a stroke. The glucogel caps help build connective tissue in the skin, so they can keep your wrinkles at bay. They can help build connective tissue in the bone, so they can keep your bone stronger. This is just one supplement, you guys. Just the glucogel caps. Just vitamin C. In fact, you can't make connective tissue with vitamin C. Vitamin C's got a lot of very important properties. A lot of functions in the body depend on vitamin C, but nothing is more important than the building of connective tissue when it comes to the functions and roles that vitamin C plays in the body. Amino acids like cysteine, lysine, proline, glycine. We're going to talk about these here, not today, probably get to them in the next couple of days. Vitamin E can have a protective effect on connective tissue. Everybody should be using 400 IU of vitamin E a day. Nothing underlines or underscores the importance of nutritional supplementation more than vitamin E. That's because you can't get vitamin E from foods, at least not good high doses of it. You got to supplement with vitamin E. The B complex, essential fatty acids, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, all of these can have a wonderful, powerful effect on building connective tissue for all connective tissue health issues. And as far as the skin goes, please understand this, folks. Just because you see something on the surface of your body, a boil, a zit, a cyst, anything on the surface of your body, doesn't mean that you can correct it with a topical product. Many skin health issues are really connective tissue issues that are kind of poking through the skin where we can see it. And because no one's explained it to us, no one has explained the composition of the body, no one's explained the distinctions between connective tissue and muscle tissue and the coating, the surface material, we're led to believe by unscrupulous, manipulative, predator business people, mercenaries who could care less about the skin, bookkeepers and accountants who could care less about the skin, bean counters who could care less about your skin or my skin. We're led to believe that you rub this on the skin and the puffiness under your eyes goes away, or the boils or the zits disappear. So there's a new Proactive commercial with a movie star. Every Proactive commercial has a movie star on it that tells you how your zits will disappear when you use Proactive. And we can be forgiven for not understanding or believing, but I'm telling you, folks, if you have a skin problem, you don't necessarily have a skin problem. It just may be showing up on the skin. And if you have a problem underneath in the connective tissue, which is where boils and cysts, I should say, begin, chances are you got yourself a connective tissue issue and you need to address it at that level, at the connective tissue level. This is where zinc plays such an important role for treating acne and boils and cysts. This is where lymphatic drainage is so important. This is where working on the liver becomes important as well. All right, there's so much more to talk about. We'll continue this when we come back from our break. I am Pharmacist Ben, 855-660-40.
Did you know by age 50, half of all men have an enlarged prostate? This means more urges to urinate, longer bathroom trips, waking at night to urinate, or issues with sex. If this sounds familiar, call us now, because we're shipping free bottles of Super Beta Prostate to listeners of this station. Super Beta Prostate is a non-prescription formula guaranteed to reduce the symptoms of your enlarged prostate. It's yours free. Pay only shipping and handling. Just call 1-800-890-2605. In clinical trials, the ingredient in Super Beta Prostate was shown to reduce urges to urinate, improve bladder emptying, reduce waking at night to urinate, and improve quality of life. This Super Beta Prostate free offer is for listeners of this station, but it won't last. Don't wait. Just call 1-800-890-2605. That's 1-800-890-2605. Call 1-800-890-2605.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light Systems system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
You pick up the receiver. With your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead, you finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at gcnlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at gcnlive.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We are America's largest independently owned communications network, GCN.
All right, we are back on the bright side for you guys in the Bay Area. Out in Santa Cruz, I'll be doing a talk at the Vintage Faith Church, 350 Mission Street in Santa Cruz on March the 7th, 6:30 p.m. Hope you can come out there if you're in the Bay Area. If you're in Denver, I'll be doing a talk Thursday at the Hilton, along with Sanjeev Javi and a couple other folks. We're going to be talking about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and some of the other longevity products. That'll be at the Hilton Garden Inn this Thursday. So if you're in the Denver area, please stop by. Or if you're in the Bay Area on March the 7th, hope to see you. Let's see if there's... tomorrow we're going to talk to Robert Scheinfeld. I love this guy's work. Oh, my goodness. Busting loose from the money game, busting loose from the business game, and his latest book, The Ultimate Key to Happiness. Robert Scheinfeld will be with us for the hour tomorrow. His latest book, The Ultimate Key to Happiness, How to Be Happy All the Time, no matter what's going on around you. Robert Scheinfeld's come up with something, with a really interesting way of linking holographic theory to psychological behaviors to just day-to-day life. Really interesting stuff. I have him on my Kindle, as well as all of his his books in my library, and I refer to them numerous times a month, probably 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 times a month. I go back to Busting Loose from the Business Game. Anyway, we'll be talking to Robert Scheinfeld tomorrow, and then next week we'll be talking to Jonathan Baylor, who has a really cool book called The Calorie Myth. And if you've been listening to this program, you know that we don't believe in calories in, calories out on the bright side, the way you hear from most dietitians and nutritionists. And Jonathan Baylor's got a lot of good research that corroborates the